Hello, everyone. If you are a subscriber to this channel, you have probably noticed that I have not posted a video this month, and this month is almost over. The first week of this month, I came down with a bad cold, and so I was sick in bed for about 10 days. I only went outside to go to the doctor's office. Usually, I get a cold and I am able to bounce back in a matter of 3 to 5 days. But this time I found out that I came down with an infection. So at the time I am recording this video, I am getting better. Aside from being sick, I have been having issues with AIIS Capital. What made me decide to do this video is yesterday I got into a bad argument with my team manager, and she decided to put in paperwork to take me out of her team and reassign a new manager to me. I am a firm believer that if you don't step on anyone's feet and you behave the right way and you think things through, when the time comes, you have nothing to hide. If I tell the entire story of my experience with AIIS Capital, this video would be too long, and I feel there is a lot of negativity on social media, so I don't want to add to that if I don't have to, or if I don't have a good reason. But I feel me sharing my negative experience with AIIS Capital is needed at this time. So at the time that I'm recording this video, it's October 2025. I have been unemployed for about 18 months. I applied for full-time jobs, part-time jobs, temp jobs, whatever I am qualified to do, I applied. I also have an entertainment company, an entertainment YouTube channel that I am not able to monetize yet. I went on TikTok back in May and I saw an ad. It literally said, make $600, call this number. I did not know the name of the company until I was assigned to my so-called manager. She explained that she lives in California and the training would be done via text messaging on WhatsApp. I started with AIIS the day after Memorial Day, but we got off on the wrong foot from the start because when I signed on, I asked if this program required an investment. Customer service said yes. I am looking for work. I am broke. If I don't have savings, there is definitely no money for investments. So what pissed me off was she had a problem trying to get me to start training. About a week went by and she texted me the following. Quote, you seem to be very busy. If you don't need the job, let me know. End quote. So I replied, it is not a job. When I registered on the website, I saw that you need money to invest. I am looking for a job and I have seen my share of scams. So yes, I am busy looking for a job, but we can try again the day after Memorial Day in the morning. So around that time, I was going to a bunch of job fairs looking for work. I've been basically scrambling all year to find a job. She replied, and I am quoting this verbatim, quote, why did you change your profile picture? I am curious whether you are a man or a woman. I don't mean to offend you. End quote. Now, I am not an androgynous woman. I have never been asked if I am a male or a female. So I did take offense to that. That is offensive. I don't change my profile picture very often. It just so happens that around that time, by sheer coincidence, I changed my profile picture on WhatsApp. We just started communicating. We never met in person. We are not talking about a profile picture. We are trying to figure out a time that works for the both of us to complete the training. And you're asking me if I am a male or a female. That is offensive. And as a black woman, and she looks like a white woman in her profile pic, I don't know if I should be offended also because there is some underlying indirect racism from her end. I don't know. So, yes, I was offended. So, we went through with the training, and I told her, and this is verbatim, I promise I will stick with this program until December. I am patient. So, if this will lead to wealth and financial freedom, I am willing to stick with it for the next 6, 7 months. AI is the present and the future, and people are already making money from Chat GPT. I am committed to learning as much about AI as I can. End quote. She replied she is on level 8 and she has 500 people on her team. I replied, congratulations. I am happy for you. I was not trying to be sarcastic. I am genuinely happy for her. Fast forward to June 7th, and we were discussing building a team. I said at that time I did not have the money to build a team, and I did not have the $100 to invest in the $100 robot. Her reply was, it doesn't cost money to build a team, but it does. 2 days later, on June 9th, out of the blue, not even a hello, how are you, how was your day, nothing. Out of the blue, she sends the following text message. When you are wasting time, how many people are working hard? When you should work hard, don't choose comfort. Your destiny can change through your own efforts. Life does not owe anyone who works hard good night. So I replied, and it was a long text. I'll keep it short. I said, I don't know what your intention is in sending this post, but the first sentence is really off-putting. Sending posts like this isn't going to solve my problem, my inability to buy a robot or create a team. I found this opportunity at a time when I am unemployed and my savings have been depleted, and I wasted money in the past on scams that I thought were legit investments. Some people need extra time to get to where they have to go. I am not running a race against anyone. When I am able to move on, I will move on. But if you continue to be rude, I can quit the program. There is more than one path to becoming a millionaire. So if I am meant to be a millionaire, it will happen at the right time. You too have a good night. End quote. 1 week later, I receive a text message from a man who introduced himself as the manager's assistant. So he said, if you have any questions, any issues, I can contact him. So I no longer kept in touch with the manager during June and July. Now, just to be fair, the manager's assistant was very professional, very polite, very kind to me. I got along with him and I think he is fantastic. I don't have an issue with him. However, whenever I bought a robot, the commission went to the manager. She made money whenever I bought a robot. So one of the robots I bought was one of the jab robots. And I made a video about those robots. Those robots come with a monthly subsidy for 3 years. But you have to reach out to the manager at the beginning of every month to get your subsidy. So I reached out to the manager during the first week of August and the first week of September for my subsidies. Other than that, she does not reach out to me at all, and I don't reach out to her. So I was silent on my end, and so was she. Then I get a text from the assistant stating that the company is having issues with people who are collecting money from the platform without doing any work. So in case you don't know, there are 4 ways to make money on the AIIS platform. You have the sign-in bonuses that literally range from 50 cents to $4. If you sign in every day, you make $15 per week, $60 per month. The second way is the profit box, where you make 0.35% on whatever money you place inside the box. So if you put in $100, you're only making 35 cents off of that $100. The third way is the returns you make from investing in the robots. The fourth way is building a team, and you make a commission based on how big your team is. So right now I have a team of like 12 people between teams A, B, and C. That's what I see in my platform. The company decided to cut my sign-in bonuses when I was having a hard time recruiting new team members. I would invite people to a 1-hour in-person training seminar, usually 7-8 people at a time, because that's how much the room that I was renting out can hold. But only 1 or 2 people would show up and collect the $5 sign-up bonuses, and then they would disappear. Everyone that attended my seminars made money before the seminar was even over, just to prove that this was not a scam. So the manager's assistant knows all of this because I kept in touch with him. So I told the assistant I can no longer continue putting in hours every week for a company, and they cut the only stable stream of income. Now, to make matters worse, $15 per week is not a lot of money. I live in New York City. There is a reason why minimum wage here is $15 per hour. There is also a rule that AIIS has. You cannot withdraw money until you have $100 accumulated inside the platform. So all this time, I am not making $600 per day as the ad originally promised. I am only making on average $100 per month in crypto. So when you withdraw money into the crypto wallet so that you can put it in your bank account, you're paying fees. So yesterday, the manager and I had a bad argument. I won't go into details here because this video was getting long, but I will say is before I made this video post, I looked back on my messages between me and her. I also took a look at some of the comments I received here on YouTube, and there are some issues that I want to point out. Number one, when I started this channel, my intention was to create a social media presence for a company that had no social media presence at all. A company cannot afford to be in business in today's world without social media. I've tried with my own entertainment company. I couldn't do it. I have done my share of marketing research. Nowadays, many people visit social media more than they visit websites. Back in August, when I started this YouTube channel, I could not find AIIS Capital on YouTube. Not on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, nowhere. And when I saw social media posts about AIIS Capital, they were about whether or not AIIS is a scam. Keep in mind, AIIS is not the only company that has a name in which the abbreviation is AIIS. There are other companies out there that have the acronym AIIS, which leads to my second point. Once I took a step back from AIIS and I cut down on the time I spent recruiting new people, I realized that AIIS is another MLM program. MLM stands for multi-level marketing. There are pros and cons to joining an MLM program. So this is not a job. This is an entrepreneurial program. This diagram right here is proof that this is a multi-level marketing company. But the pros to MLM is, number one, people lose money after expenses. And according to my research, the average participant in a MLM makes $84 per month. Number two, you make the most money building your team. Next, and I quote, the model relies on an endless chain of recruitment, which is profitable only for those at the top. End quote. My third issue is, and this ties in with a comment that I received recently. Someone posted a comment here on this YouTube channel that they want to change managers because they are trying to contact their manager and the manager is MIA. I have come to the conclusion that many people are not aware of what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur and build a team. If you want your team to be successful, that requires actively reaching out to your team members and see how you can help them be successful. The more money I make, the more money the manager makes because of the pyramid diagram. But what I am noticing is many people want to make money by building their team, but they don't want to do any work at all. The only things the manager did for me was train me to use certain parts of the platform and submitting my request to collect my monthly subsidies. As a matter of fact, I didn't find out about the profit box until the assistant manager told me about the profit box. So for the first 3, 4 weeks that I joined AIIS, I did not know anything about the profit box where I can make 0.35% on my money. So yeah. Otherwise, I don't hear from the manager at all. And before she submitted her request to reassign a new manager to me, I said to her, look, all of our communication has been via text messages on WhatsApp. If there is a possibility that we misjudged each other or we misunderstood each other, you can call me and we can have a conversation. Even I am aware of the limitations of communicating with someone strictly via text messaging. During this whole time that I've been with AIIS, we never had a phone conversation. We never had one Zoom meeting. And this is a person who calls herself a manager. At least when I was trying to build my team, I made an effort to meet in person with people at least once. So I said to her, the ball is in your court. You can either have a phone conversation with me, one phone conversation with me, or go ahead and put in your request to take me out of your team. She made the choice of putting in her request. So I'm going to end this post by saying, at this point, I plan to fulfill my promise and stick with AIIS until December. After that, I am not sure what I plan to do. I honestly thought that this was a legit way to create wealth. I used to work at a welfare office here in New York City. It was a local government job, and I left the job for a long list of reasons, including me not wanting to help poor people stay poor. Welfare is a trap. And I realized I was not helping people become financially independent. And I wanted to have conversations that I was not allowed to have, like, what are your dreams? And hey, let me share with you what I learned about how rich people get rich. I can't have those conversations when I was at the welfare office. In this political climate, the poor and the working class need to have those conversations because we have a president who cares only about the top 1%. He has cut SNAP benefits during his first term in office. And now he and his party want to blame the other party for the current government shutdown when his party has control over the presidency, the House, and the Senate. I thought that AIIS would help me help the needy become financially wealthy, but I think I was wrong. Usually I get information from the assistant about new robots released by AIIS. I don't even get those bulletins anymore. I have to log in every day to find out what is going on the AIIS platform. This month, AIIS has released 3 new series of robots. The first is 6 robots called the Yield Masters. The next is 6 robots called the IPOs. I don't even know what those are. I was told months ago that AIIS plans to get an IPO and go public next year, so I don't know what the IPO robots are. And the third series is called the Smart Vest series. So that is all I know. I just want to say I'm sorry for posting this video and sharing negative news. My next video, I plan on posting my training PowerPoint presentation that I used to present at my seminars. It is for anyone who wants to join AIIS. I can't say that I haven't made any money. I have. So if you would like to join AIIS, the next video that I post is definitely for you. You can subscribe to this channel for new updates. But otherwise, take care, and please submit comments below. I do read them. I do appreciate them. And I will see you next time. Take care.